Good evening, everyone. हम होंगे कामयाब. Yes, with this positive quote, I myself, Professor Saranga Naval, would like to welcome you on behalf of MGM University, Jawaharlal Nehru Engineering College, to this session organized by Department of Architecture. This particular session is hosted by a team member under the leader of our department head, HOD, Professor S.P. Patil, myself, Saranga Naval, my colleague, Professor Shwetab Arora, Medha Deshmukh ma'am, Sheetal Bagde madam, and also Sujit More, who is going to assist to us. While I know that most of the attendees for this session are from aspiring architecture students, and the rest of the other people also directly, indirectly, and directly associated with architecture. Now, there are three questions to this statement of mine. What are these questions? Yes, what is architecture? How it has the impact, architecture has impact to our lives. Yes, and why it is important for us. So these are the three basic questions which are responsible to give a thought for such kind of session. This particular discussion revolves around the answer of these three questions. I know that most of you are aware about architecture program and this profession. If I compare your generation to my generation, you are much aware about this profession, but situation has been changed a lot. So there is we have deliberately arranged this dialogue where we want to discuss few basic things of architecture and what futuristic ways, futuristic attitude or approach is to be added in here, and how MGM University, JNEC, and my department is ready to tackle those challenges. That's what we are going to see and listen. So as I asked the very first question, what is architecture? You can see that architecture is a visual art and the buildings speak for themselves. Yes. In a very common language, in a layman's language, if I speak about it, then architecture is the art and technique of designing buildings. And it is the fusion of functions and aesthetics. Your client will tell you that I want this and this with particular view, with particular this kind of aesthetic sense or beauty. That's what you have to incorporate in it, or that's how the architecture incorporates in it. And also, architecture is a mediator between the environment and the society. So this is very crucial point for us, for you to understand that how architecture needs to behave in a very scientific way to justify or to create a win-win situation in the environment and in the society also. There we are actually lagging somewhere, but that point will be discussed later on. So this is how architecture is. Now the next question, which is like point of concern right now, is why is architecture so much important to us? Why it is important? You must have, during this lockdown period, you must have heard this statement that we have been saved by our structures or residences, and the economy is saved by the technology. This is the beauty that I am sitting in Delhi right now. You people are in Maharashtra. Number of situations in number of locations in Maharashtra, and still we are connected with this technology while we are safe. So architecture has directly played a crucial role. But remember that architecture cannot stand alone. There has to be amalgamation of number of other fields into it. So while answering to this question, the first is the better quality of life, which a good architecture can give you. There is this statement that, or a quote, you look good, you feel good. The moment you feel good, you again started looking good. And the output which you give is always good. So this psychology is equally applicable to your buildings, the structures where you live your life, where you spend your time. So the architecture has that capacity to deliver a better quality of life. Again, similar to this lines, balance to lives. Yes, for a healthy balance, for a healthy day-to-day activity, architecture will play a major role. But remember that architecture goes beyond the building. Now, if I ask the question, you are recently passed out from your 12th school. You have spent a quality time in your school. Now, if I ask a question that which part of your school did you like the most? It won't be a inside classroom or some seminar hall. It must be a space which is sandwiched by a few walls, uh, maybe a space around a tree where you have spent a quality time, a very good moments with your friends, with your teachers. So how that space creation is, and that phenomenal experience, that delivery of experience is needs to be achieved, and good architecture always do so. So balance to lives. Third point, you may find this very hard to understand at this moment because you are just recently passed out from school. But there is a direct connection, obviously, comfort, safety, and also to economics. These are the prime aspects. And as an architect, we need to play a crucial role while achieving the economics or while maintaining the economics. We should give a beauty, equal justice to beauty and aesthetics. So that balance needs to be there. So that influence is achieved, needs to be achieved, or it is directly connected to the architecture. Now there is this statement, new situation demands new architecture. I have deliberately kept it in red color because I want you to ponder upon this statement, Amol. Yes, architecture is the prediction of our practices, the way we behave, our architecture will behave. Our culture, traditions are actually is the mother of our architecture, basically. So every new situation demands new architecture. We'll come to the statement once again. So moving further, the next or the again very straightaway question is, who is an architect? I am an architect. So what I do? Basically, I am a person who designs a building, who plans and designs a building, who takes the ideas from the client and execute those ideas on paper first, and then on the soil, on in physical world, I bring them. So in this process, I communicate to the paper itself, to the psychology around, to the environment around, and I need to give justice. So I have, as an architect, I have a major responsibility to give quality life or quality life to the built environment. So we are actually we are placed at a very crucial or important place in the whole built environment. Technically, if I speak, in India, architectural profession is governed by Council of Architecture, New Delhi, and it is a parliamentary act, 1972. But other than this fact, now if I these three questions, now if I talk about architectural education, there are several challenges similar to other professions or other fields of engineering, technology, and science. There are challenges have arose because of the current situation that is created by corona, that virus. So what are these? Now I have reached to the same statement that new situation demands new architecture. Today's situation that we have locked ourselves inside the shelters, and we are very remotely located. Now, in this way, do architecture needs to follow the same kind of attitude and approach, and what kind of reforms we should have in our teaching process, in our learning process. So I believe, in fact, we believe that this lockdown period, or this the pause which has been created, is a positive pause where we can think about the future demand and future solutions. You may wonder what sort of picture is this, but this is a picture clicked by my student. She is in third year right now, and during this lockdown period, she was caught in her village. And over there, sitting in the farm, she has done all her studio work. She has attended the online classes, and in a very comedy way, she shared this picture with me that, look, ma'am. So I found a very positivity in this. Uh, See, shining stars to be seen in the darkest hour. So this is the darkest hour, but we need to look forward, and we need to have a better approach and attitude. What sort of approach is that? Is of resilience, an attitude and approach of resilience. What is resilience? In मराठी मध्ये आपण याला म्हणू शकतो लवचिकता. एखाद्या अशा सेटबॅक मधून किंवा खड्ड्यात पडल्यानंतर अचानक पुन्हा coming back to the normal situation, that attitude we need to bring. Same attitude we need to have in architecture profession, in architecture education as well. So when the situation is demanding that we need to be separated, we need to work remotely, like my student I have shown over here. And then there are question marks on the traditional ways of planning houses and the structure. Now, what will happen when we cannot spend too much of time in one location? We need to be output based. So how it will affect our profession also? That is to be look forward. So these are the attitude and approaches which we need to incorporate and look further. So this session is to talk about that approach of resilience, and on this platform, we are here to let you know that how MGM University, how Department of Architecture is ready to give you new methodology, new approach, and new techniques towards architectural education. Now, this is a milestone which Mahatma Gandhi Mission, an educational trust, which is established and which was established in 1982 from a very small village. They have started the mission, but right now there are 2 universities under this umbrella of MGM Trust. MGM University. This is the first self-financed state university of Marathwada. And basically, MGM doesn't need any sort of introduction, but the few milestones which I would like to mention, that from basic foundation of this university is Gandhian philosophy. And the first thing which we believe over here is education is for all. And we are flourished with futuristic programs, with unique curriculum, and there is promotion of research and innovation with thriving scope of multidisciplinary culture. That's what I mentioned over here. Architecture alone cannot give the answer. There needs to be inclusion of engineering. There needs to be inclusion of artificial intelligence, for example, inside the planning, inside the designing, and that way we can have comfort and safety in our built environment. The sports infrastructure that MGM University has done over the years is mind-blowing, and it is of international standards. Safe and secure campus cushioned by historical and industrial prospects of the city. So this is a twofold benefit for every student which comes to MGM University. They can experience the historical ambience of the city, and also the glorious future of Aurangabad as an industrial city is also very inviting for architects, for engineers as well as engineers. University's vision is to create a dynamic center of excellence where acquisition, dissemination, creation, and application of knowledge in interdisciplinary scenario uh, and community involvement, character building, this totally will contribute towards creating a better world. This is the mission, this is the vision which we have. I mean, last 4 decades, MGM Trust has walked on the same path. If I show you the cross section of the campus life of our students, you can have the idea. The cross section which tells you the eco-cultured campus, where there is an interweaving of technology and art, there is culture and morals as well. So our students are equipped, I mean, there is not just the bookish knowledge, but they are exposed to number of values, number of futuristic ideas, number of socio-cultural values in them. So that's how our students are, we are not creating just engineers or architects, we are creating the human beings. And this is the presentation of our campus life. Coming to the strength of MGM University, as I said before, that MGM is not new. We are here since last 4 decades. And what is our strength? So if I talk about academic credentials, there are number of UG programs, PG programs, and diploma certificate courses, hobby centers, and 7,000 plus students are there, are learning inside the campus. Academic infrastructure, which is again of international standards, and the kind of well-equipped teaching aids which we have is again mind-blowing. So you need to experience that as well. Recently, we have invested in film arts. So for that particular area also, no one needs to go to Mumbai or Pune. All the solutions are there within this campus. Next is if I talk about, is the research ecosystem. The number of research publications under this umbrella of MGM University are again increasing day by day, and we are working in this area. If I talk about pedagogical reinforcement, the teaching staff and the faculty is the strength of MGM University. IIRC is Incubation, Innovation and Research Center is the newly added, I mean, the nomenclature is new, but this has been the practice since the beginning of JNEC and MGM itself. But that is the strength of MGM University. The sports infrastructure comprising of stadium and sports club, which is spreaded over 22 plus acres, is actually a kind of surprise for every visitor who comes to Aurangabad city. But that kind of exposure we have. Lastly, I would like to add, there are a number of points, but lastly, I would like to add is the socio-cultural environmental initiatives that MGM University or MGM Trust has taken. And it is a wonderful demonstration for this generation how to be sensitive towards our tradition, towards our basic resources, and how to respect them and how to be futuristic equally. So this is the strength of MGM University. I would like to request our HOD, Head of the Department, Professor Sunil Patil sir, to say a few words and describe the aims and objective of the program.
Thank you, Saranga madam. You have very nicely explained what is architecture, why architecture, and these things. Okay, and students might have come to know about the course and these things. Okay, so they have got very correct insight of our campus also. We ask our students to be inclusive of their surroundings and the people that they inhabit them. We want them to consider what exists, why it exists, where it exists. This is true for both current and future context. We want our students to understand that they are the part of a wider culture of place making and material development. It is their design that will influence society and have impact on our environment. It is they that will make up the future for the India. And now, here I want to say the things about the Jawaharlal Nehru Engineering College. Our college is established, rather our department is also established 31 years back. And our course, architecture course is approved by Council of Architecture, and engineering course is approved by that is All India, that is Council for Technical Education, that is AICT. And our institution is accredited with the NAC A grade. It's also ISO 9001 2015 and 14001 and 2015 certified. A diligent academics and congenial atmosphere is there. We have very good network with our alumni, and that is our base support. They are globally placed and doing very well. Many of our architect alumni, they are working across the globe, and they are very well connected with our department. Okay, and we have very good industry connect. Many of our students, they are the actually president and the member and part of the Indian Institute of Architects and various professional bodies. And through them, we get a very industrial connect for the disease. And many of the times, actually, always, the GNS is the first choice for the renowned recruiters. The objectives of our programs. We see that our students to develop in such a manner that they will be able to cope up and make a balance in a global and a local advancement in the field of architecture. That is our objective while designing the curriculum and these things. We also at the MGM, being a university, students get the multidisciplinary knowledge, because we have journalism is there, then the filmmaking is there, pottery is there, okay, and hotel management is there. Okay, so being a university, our students get that benefit. The interdisciplinary, even while designing our syllabus, we are seeing that these things are incorporated, and the students will get that this thing, so that they will be able to make up the things, and they can reach the global standards. Okay, we have even the research cell and the consultancy cell in our things, that IIRC. Through these things, students get the benefit, and they will develop very nicely. We also conduct university living values programs, then the art of living programs, because we don't want to develop only not the only technocrat. We want to develop them as a human beings. Okay, if they are the good human beings, then they will be a good professional and good entrepreneurs will be there. Okay, so that is our objective, that we want to see that thing. We try to give exposure to the various aspects and the various dimensions. Okay, so the aim is to develop sensitive and compassionate architects with skills, integrity, enthusiasm, and create the architecture of goodness. Okay, so for that thing, the techno-aesthetical, socio-cultural, and these various dimensions we take to develop. And we here at MGM try to see that the age-old that knowledge, our ancestral knowledge and these things. Okay, so architecture has a good flavor and that thing. Okay, so it should be properly communicated, and these things machine cannot cover up. Okay, so we are taking and adapting the studio culture. for that thing, so that because if you see the old architect, HTP architect, their work, their working styles, their creations, and their involvement and these things. Okay, so it should be very correctly conveyed to this generation. Okay, so we take to these things, and our all the faculty members, they are very seniors, they are professional consultants. Okay, so they can give the first-hand experience to the students. Even they can take the student to their sites and these things. Okay, so that is also very distinct. One of our good feature is that every year we try to conduct study tour at various places, modern places, historical places. So the student get a very good exposure for that thing. Okay, and I already mentioned that we have very strong alumni support. We have around 800 alumni till now, and they are very nicely connected with our department. And always at any moment they are saying, "Sir, आप बुलाओ हम कभी भी तैयार हैं." So it gives very much power and strength to our department. Okay, so thank you.
The academic ecosystem. Here we wanted to highlight this point, the kind of faculty which we have. In the photograph, you can see Professor V.N. Taude. He is the founder HOD of our department, and now he is Professor of Emeritus associated with Department of Architecture. So faculty like this, and also I must mention Professor Shrikant Marathe, Jayashree Gupte Madam, S.V. Patil sir, Arun Gore sir. So the faculty who is there in the department is straight away associated with the professional industry practice, architectural practice, and they are incorporating their knowledge, their expertise straight to the architectural education. If I talk about Taude sir, he has been awarded Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution in architectural education by MASA, Maharashtra Association of Schools of Architecture. This creative learning with seasoned faculty is one of the strengths which we have, and the kind of attention is to be given so that we can take out the ideas from the students, because it is a creative field. So personal attention, personal nourishment is to be given to every child, and that norm, it is not the norm. It is in our nature, and it is in our practice that we always give proper attention to every student. So this is the basic need, and we have always we have been fine in doing this kind of task. That's what I wanted to mention over here in this academic ecosystem. Swetab sir, I think now you take the charge.
So, hello friends. Well, I'm also associated with Department of Architecture as a professor over there. And before that, I was student over there. Let me be very frankly speaking to you. Taranga ma'am has told you about what architecture is, what's an architect. Patil sir have told you about different things of the department. Saranga ma'am has updated you about the university. I'll be talking about, what exactly the architectural program is, what is the basic structure of this particular program, and what are the fundamentals and in detail depth which you guys will be studying if you join us. But before this, let me be very much clear to you guys. आप अगर आर्किटेक्चर में आ रहे हैं, छोड़िए आर्किटेक्चर, आप अगर इंजीनियरिंग में भी आ रहे हैं, किसी भी फील्ड में भी जा रहे हैं, one thing you have to keep in mind before going through all these technical education is, if you want to be a successful professional, you just don't have to, look around about anything. You got to sleep in architecture, you got to walk in architecture, you got to drink, you have to be in that particular field throughout not only your academic session, but also your professional life. Success and money will automatically follow you. So once you have decided that you want to enter into architecture, be ready to really work hard in a very dedicated manner, because this particular profession cannot be accomplished unless and until you totally give your 100%. while we're talking about all the different technical details of the particular program, and along with technical details, I will be also talking about non-technical parts which you must go through or which you will go through when you will be studying in JNEC. See, BIAG is a 5-year undergraduate program. It is approved by Council of Architecture, and this program is designed, for 5 years full-time course, and it is credit-based system. One semester is of around 6 months, and this being a 5-year program comes out to around 10 semesters, in which it is followed with 290 credits. The assessment criteria is based on grading systems, and it is carried out at the end of every academic semester. So what you will be studying in this is, our first job is to give you technical knowledge. What this technical knowledge is about, not only how you are going to design that particular building, but also how the execution of that design is really important. Because whatsoever you want to design, unless and until you don't have the technical knowledge of that particular execution, your design will just lay down on the paper. So first thing, you should have a sound technical knowledge how to interpret your designs on the practical ground. Second factor, developing your skills. Now, unless and until you don't have that particular skill, which we call as an eye of an architect, you won't be able to, interpret your designs into this. So how those integrated minutely skills are to be developed within you, that is first thing where we have to start off. Let me tell you one thing. We all have 2 eyes, right? But architect has 3 eyes. Third eye is the subconscious mind, which has to be developed. What is subconscious mind? Subconscious mind is that part of your brain in which you have to analyze what your client is not saying. You have to analyze where the building which you want to construct, what that site is saying. What, like a human body, every building is in itself is an identity. It's a living identity. It is just not only mass of walls, slabs, columns, and beams. So first thing which we develop in our students is to make them sensitive enough so that where they can not only talk to their clients, they can also talk to the site, they can talk to the bricks, they can talk to the, everything which is surrounding the building where that particular edifice has to be constructed. So under developing your skills, we try to touch the soft part of your brain where we enhance, where we grow your sensitivity, where we make you share your feelings, not your ideas, your feelings with that thing which you want to construct. So this is one of the skills which we try to develop in our students. After you have gained that skill, after you have gained that technical knowledge, then we try to carve out a professional within you. See, if you have to sustain in a market, you have to be a professional person. You are not going to come to the MGM or JNEC just to learn about architecture. What your ultimate goal is, ultimately after graduating from our college, you should be a professional who is earning sound. You are capable enough to earn the money which you have expended so that you can sustain. So in that case, what professional technicalities are to be gained, how you have to act professionally in the market, how you have to act professionally with your client. These are some of the elements which we teach to our students. Then, as I told you, under development of your skills, enriching soft skills among you, how you should be capable enough to convince your clients that what you are saying is perfectly right. This is very important. Unless and until you don't have these soft skills in where you can convince your client, your drawing will just be on paper, nothing else. So you have to have those soft skills. So along with all these technical knowledges and detailed courses, we definitely try to enrich our students to be sensitive, to be professionals and have those soft skills in which they are able to tackle not only their client, but whatsoever the idea which they are having in your brain comes into the final execution part. So we basically divide this whole program into 4 to 5 features, and from first year to fifth, every time you are going to come across different phases which will actually enhance your professional life. Certainly, since you are going to study in MGM, the human values are one thing on which this whole institute stands. Every teacher, whatsoever teaches you, has to keep into this mind that proper, truthful human values are enriched in our students, so that once they pass out from this college, they are a human professional. This is something which is really very important. If you really have good human values, a sound technical knowledge with polished skills and carved out professional, believe me, there is no way looking behind. And that is what we teach our students to be like from first year in itself. So after going through all these factors, as you're going to come across into different programs in MGM University, you will be knowing that you won't just be an architect. Our programs are such design, and we are having such an interdisciplinary array of programs where you will not be carved out just as an architect. In MGM, there are multiple scope of courses, and we are also coming up with short-term courses along with your BR courses, where you will be enriching more technical skills along with soft skills, as I told you. And finally, after graduating, once you have graduated as an architect from this particular institute, what more career opportunities which you have? You won't be just an architect in itself. 14 different categories I have listed over here, which after becoming architect open gates for you. You can act as a developer, you can act as an interior designer, town planner, urban designers, conservationists, project management, building surveyors, landscape architects, sustainability, MEP, simulation, set designers, art directors. So keep this thing in mind. BIAC, graduating from MGM JNAC is just the first step. Once you have just completed this 5-year program, the skills which you have gained through this educational system will open more avenues for you, which you can further explore, which you should explore, because unless and until you don't have a mastery of that particular thing, you won't be able to sustain and stand in the market. So graduating from Department of Architecture will actually lead you to too many open avenues, which are endless, which can be explored at a very higher level. So now going into basic details about our curriculum. So what you will be taught about. Our whole programs have been divided into basically 2 things. One are called professional core courses, and other part are called building science and applied engineering. These whole PC courses are having all the technical data from designing a particular building, to designing fundamentals, graphics, history, urban design, human settlements, landscape design, building construction and materials, working drawing, carpentry, estimation, costing, specification writing. This is just a small set of technical courses which I am stating, which will be taken out throughout. Along with these, then there are building services. Building as such is just not a structure. There are too many services associated which actually help any building to function for it is intended to design. So courses like building material, theory of structure, environmental sciences, climatology, so on and so forth will help you to teach the basic integrities which will make your designs to function the way you want to make them function. So with all this technical knowledge, you have to, read this line. This is really very important. This is to apply current educational theories that see learning as a process, wherein the learner, you as a learner, constructs and builds your own new concepts, focusing on what you have learned, what you have gained, not we as teachers. To make a plant into a tree, we can give you land, we can give you soil, we can give you water, but there are certain things, like sunlight. This is only gained by what you have learned, what you have, grasping from the surroundings. We as a teachers over here try really hard that not only your soft skills, not only your technical skills are polished, but how you become sensitive enough to make your mind more open, how you can explore new concepts. बहुत सारे आर्किटेक्ट्स इंडिया में हैं, आप कैसे स्टैंड आउट होगे उनमें से, ये हमारे को आपको सिखाना है और ये हमारा काम। हम नहीं चाहते कि आप इस कॉलेज में से सिर्फ एज एन आर्किटेक्ट बन के निकलें। वी वॉन्ट यू एज अ स्टूडेंट्स टू बी नोन, yes, this guy, I taught him. That is what I feel like. And that is only possible जब हम आपके अंदर वो एक बीज डालें जो आप 5 साल के बाद, you are a full flourished tree. We know that yes, this student is going to come up. There are too many architects. We don't want our students to be just an architect. We want you to be something different. हमारी efforts, हमारी कोशिशें, सारी technical knowledge, सारे soft skills सिर्फ इसी चीज को लेके रहते हैं कि our students should be unique. The way they think, the way they work has to be different. Because unless and until you are not going to be unique, you won't have any identity in the market. If you want to establish yourself, you got to create your own identity, and that is only possible when you open your mind, you open your heart, and then only enter into this field. We are there to guide you in every aspect of capability. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, as I told you, architecture is just not only about technical knowledge to study about how a particular building is designed. Every person, whosoever he is, has something which is, really unique and special. In our department, in our programs, we teach our students to not only study BIAP, a full-fledged 5-year program. We try, you have something like, suppose, if you have a capability of, painting, really making a good painting, we try to give you elective courses in which you really try and know how that particular painting is made. If you have an interest towards music, so we have these kind of elective courses which beyond that architecture give you that possibility where you can open your eye, correlate with other forms of arts, and how to see a relation between that particular art and architecture. So for that case, we have specially designed professional elective courses. Suppose if you have, if you want to have an eye of, graphic and product designing. So, but obviously we catch that particular student where we know that this person is capable enough, and we enrich along with that particular 5-year program to have that student some hands into graphic designing, into product designing. Because let me be very much clear, all the form of arts which they are well connected. Architecture is an art which has to be technically more sound. So we try to give more nurturing to your particular taste of interest and try to correlate that form of art through different area of elective courses and take that whole elective course to be part of your regular curriculum of architecture. So for that case, we have designed specific elective courses, which you can see in the list over there, which are designed only of your choice, what you want to grow in and how architecture is correlated with this. We have an established innovation, incubation and research center. Suppose if you have an eye of some, more technical knowledge, then we have a research center where you can come and collaborate with the students who are studying in other fields. For example, one of you really wants to design a building which is earthquake resistant, and wants to do a research onto it, come over, study the technical details of architecture, collaborate with the student who is studying civil engineering, enter into IIRC, develop your research. We have all the infra, all the teachers who are associated with you, who are going to give you more hands, more freedom, where you can not only study, where you can not only do research, but where you can be part of a consultancy cell where you have the opportunity to even earn money when you are studying. No college gives this much freedom to the students where you can exactly have practical hands-on practice, working in the market, studying in the college, doing your research, filing the patents, and becoming a star while you are going through the educational process. Imagine in this whole 5-year program, you're not only knowing about how to design a building, you are developing your soft skills, you are enriching your art, you are doing research, you have been given freedom to work and earn in itself in the college, establish yourself, and come out as a professional architect who is called off immediately once you have graduated. So सिर्फ 5 साल एक किताब खोल के पढ़ाई हम नहीं कराते और हम कराएंगे भी नहीं, because we want you to grow within, we want you to grow professionally, we want you to establish yourself while you are studying, so that once you have passed your 5-year program, you have touched everything. That's what our programs are designed for. So it's up to you actually. Everything is there in the college, everything is there in the university, but it's up to you how you are going to come up and catch these points. Always, all the teachers are backing you in all your endeavors, whatsoever they are. As I told you, after having all the knowledge, unless and until you have this capability where you can stand in the market and act like a professional, it's of no use. So when I talk about word professional, so there are certain ethical codes which are to be followed. There are certain ethics which are to be treated off. There are too many factors into which this architectural course is called as a professional course. Unfortunately, this has happened in the market that architects today have become more like businessmen. There is a difference. There is a difference of being professional and there is a difference being a businessman. So we try that our students become a polished professional. So to develop the students' understanding of role and responsibilities of an architect in professional practice, ethics, human needs, and programming. So for this case, there are certain specific stages which you are going to come across. 4th year, 2nd sem is a period of 6 months in which you go through hardcore professional training, which is part of your curriculum. In thesis, you are asked to write research papers where you will be, come with all the professional technicalities and words. You will be taught about how you're going to give your dissertations, talk in the seminars, how a research is to be taken into, and all the different professional events. We even encourage our students to enter into professional competitions, only because we just don't want you to see as an architect. We want you to see as a professional architect who knows the importance of time, who knows the importance of requirement of clients, who knows what economics is, who knows how he has to take constructional technology and management into mind. So there are too many things. It's just not sketching. It's just not art. Unless and until you have all these things, management of time, management of money, management of resources, management of, resources not only in respect to client, but management of resources in respect to the contractor who is executing your building. So all these factors you are taught over here while you are being taught about education, about BR. So how that has to be integrated is one of the very important part in which we try to carve a professional within you so that you just come out with, a timed, polished professional in this particular field. Along with this, as you can see in this sketch, you should have negotiation skills. You should know how time has to be managed, how your creativity has to be enriched, how your communication skills are to be enriched, how empathy, you are sensitive to the understanding factors about the opposite person you are talking to, coaching and mentoring, and your personality development. Along with technical knowledge, along with professional ethics, we try to enrich soft skills within you so that you really become a good professional and a soft human being who is working out in the market. And for this, JNEC Department of Architecture engages our students into different type of communication skill programs. Psychology is a very significant and important subject to know the person you are working for. If you know how to read the psychology of a mind, you should be enriched to know the psychology of your client. You should be able to know the people who are working for you, what is their psychology, how to get the work done from these guys, and how to get the work done for the person you are working. So these kind of things you are going to learn in your psychology classes, your personality development, as I have told you, and all the co-curricular and extra-curricular activities which we try to make our students be part are circulating around technical knowledge, around professional practice, and around the development of your soft skills. Enlightening your human values so that you're self-confident, your creativity as at par high, you have all the social skills which are needed into the market, developing you into a right human who is professionally sound, who is technically sound, who has true values, who in whatsoever the condition is will stand by the truth. That is the basic thing which MGM works on and has been working since last 40 years. So to develop these human values and connecting you with different kind of NSS social programs, professional programs, open electives, these kind of skills are developed among our students. We have different kind of other programs which are beyond the field of architecture, where your human values automatically will come out, where you won't be able to say lie. We have these programs. So your capability of getting self-confidence, creativity, inner strength will automatically get enhanced and boosted. Now, these are some of the pics which will be coming in coming slides, which will be showing you the exact infrastructure which we are having. Over in this, you can see the image of our studios. These studios are equipped with state-of-the-art facilities to encourage conducive studio culture among the students. You should be able to know how to hold the pencil, what pencil wants to say. So we don't engage our students just to CAD labs. We have very enriched studio culture in which we force our students, encourage our students to work with paper and pen, to work with paper and pencil, to stand over there and have design exam for 6 hours, where you can just sweat out and sketch out. That's what we believe in. More than 10,000 books, and we call this our library as open door. Any college, any department is actually, the strength of the department is the number of books which are there into that, and how much open it is for you to come and explore. Limitless books which you can explore through various courses, various disciplines, ranging from design to construction to history, which are over there, and limitless time for you wherever, whenever you want to sit and study. Material Museum. This is one of a really developed museum which we have. In this museum, we try to introduce our students to different materials which are used in construction, different elements. Over here, not only we display basic materials, which we try, but we also try to update our material museum to the new things which are coming into the market. How you can come and explore and, develop a knowledge with what type of material you want to construct your building. You should have complete technical knowledge about that material. You can come and explore. We have live toilets constructed over here, live kitchens constructed over here, where you can exactly see how from tap a drop of water enters and exactly how that particular part discharges from the building. Everything is crystal clearly displayed with updated version of materials to the basic materials, from even history of the materials to the modern things which are coming in. Unless and until you are not aware about different type of materials which are used into the construction or designing, you won't be able to complete your design. Advanced CAD labs. All the students are not only encouraged to work by hand, but they are also encouraged to come over, sit over, and come through the latest softwares which are available in the market today. Things have changed. And after this virus episode, it's really very important that you come in touch with those kind of technologies where you can remotely work, you can exhibit your designs through in itself these channels. So we try our students to come up, sit in the CAD labs, learn new softwares, do 3D modelings, work on Revit, design builders, Photoshops, AutoCADs in itself from the very beginning stage of your courses. And of course, the great infrastructure which we have, the green spaces, the green pockets which you are going to see, as quoted by one of the famous architects, Doshi sir, architectural spaces create moods, dimensions and thoughts. They create stories, and you begin to think of architecture as another living entity. Whole campus of MGM University is having such spaces and such corners where, you can talk. You can talk not with your friends, but you can talk with spaces. You can talk with the trees. You can talk with the corners. How you have to talk, what you have to talk will be taught by us. So there are a numerous amount of spaces which you can explore, which are part of, which you will feel it's part of your curriculum. A brief of our higher level of studios. These are our MArch studios, smiling students who are doing MArch over there. A brief program, all the studios which we are having are updated with latest technologies. Although I will be showing you in these lecture halls and seminar halls, colleges today now have started jumping to the virtual lectures. I was taking virtual lectures 2 years back. Every lecture room, every seminar hall is equipped with all the kind of techniques, updated technology, where even virtual lectures are arranged by the faculty, by the department, through the help of this technology to the top honchos of the market. So this virtual lecture, virtual technology is not something new for us. We have been working on this technology since last 2 years. Coronavirus ने तो अभी बुरा हाल किया है. हम तो पहले से ऐसे बढ़ा रहे हैं अपने बच्चों को. और आगे आने वाले टाइम में we are going to make this thing more part of the curriculum. Every building which is constructed is directly associated with the space where it is being constructed, with the environment in which that particular building is constructed. We have a dedicated environmental laboratory in which students come, explore the sensitive features of climatology, come in touch with different kind of instruments which make them more knowledgeable, how technical expertise has to be gained, and how a sensitive building can be designed with the help of these techniques, with the help of these instruments, so that their structure is not only economically, practically, but above all, environmentally friendly. Sustainability is the need of hour. None of the building from now on or the future which it is going can sustain unless and until it is environmental friendly. We try to keep our students knowledgeable about all the techniques which are there in the market which can make the design sustainable. And for this, we have a dedicated environmental laboratory. You can see exhibition. We have an annual exhibition goes which is there throughout from first year to fifth year. We have different areas where students come, explore, see their work, see their work, have open discussions, have open juries, and vast array of programs in which exhibitions are conducted, in which students come across different kind of works, not only of their colleagues, but open discussion with externals. So where they are lacking, where they are gaining is exhibited once in a year, when every work is displayed throughout the gallery of every student. Come up, let's explore, let's have open discussion in our annual exhibition Lexus. Our specific model making labs. We try to enrich execution capabilities. We don't make our students just sit on the computer, work on a 3D model. We try to make our students work in different kind of materials, cardboards, softboards, new wood, to come up, sculpt it, commit some errors, but you will construct, make your building through your hands. We don't want you to just come over, sit on the CAD lab and do 3D modeling. We try our students to come, have certain bruises in your hands, work on the models and carve out your building. For this case, we have a dedicated model making lab. And beyond this, we encourage our students to come on site, have the feeling of brick, have the feeling of sand, have the feeling of cement, and construct through your hands. For this case, under building construction and material programs, we try and see that our students go into the yard, make the mortar, learn their brick joints, make the wall stand, and really know how to construct through their hands. For this case, we have different construction activity programs which are often performed by the students by their own hands with the help of all those materials which are practically used on the site. As I said, we want our students to be socially sensitive. Our students have been working into different areas within the city in which different architectural skills, soft skills, and their technical things have come up in different social execution works which they've been doing. You can see these are some of the pics which our student has been working along with Salim Ali Lake, I suppose, Saranga ma'am.
Yeah, this one, these photographs are from that Salim Ali Lake space, but students have worked for a corner project in Connaught area. They have elevated the space below this Shanur Mia Dargah flyover also. I hope you are aware about that area. So students have always been given exposure to, they are encouraged to do such kind of social activities, and they are ever ready.
Practically working on the site with a social cause where even some public corporations are lacking. Our colleges come over and try to develop these spaces. We have, of course, different kind of study programs, study tours. Every year we have study tours where we take our students to specific elite historical important places. When you can come over, see over, work over, and really know how these particular structures are designed. So for this case, we do come over and arrange study tours throughout the country, and even we are planning to go for international level at this stage. You can see some of the works done by our students over here. Basic painting structures to the elite modern structures which these guys have designed. This is work of some of the students through BARC, in which they have not only tried to design a simple structure to high ultra modern structure, which you can see on the top left. So this is work of some of our students which have they executed in the past 4 years, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. This is the collage of that particular portfolio.
Yeah, and we are into a continuous practice of promoting our students, encouraging our students to go for design competitions. I must mention Sanskar Wadikar's name. Currently he's in second year, and recently he has won that award at international level. So while sitting at home, he has creatively done a very good job. So that kind of attitude which we have, and it is quite appreciating. Moving further, as I mentioned before, architectural profession it is a teamwork. Architecture, it is not a standalone job. If I am leading something, I am communicated with my client to his ideas to the structural engineer, to civil engineer, and to the laborers. So this connectivity and this collaborative nature has to be there or is there in the profession. So similar to that kind of requirement, we also follow this collaborative culture within the department. So as Shwetab and Patil sir have mentioned earlier, we have a strong alumni connect, which actually contribute. These are a few of our shining stars. Mr. Neeraj Dhingra and Nikita Dhingra, they are from the first batch of architecture. Purushottam Verma sir, he is in Aurangabad. He is straight away associated with department now. Gyanendra Singh Shekhawat, he is right now IIA Rajasthan chapter. Patil sir, if I'm not wrong, he is the chairman of IIA in Jaipur.
Yeah, he's Rajasthan Jaipur this is chapter. Okay.
Yes.
He's the chairperson for that.
So, yes, architect Sunil Bhale, we can proudly state that he is our alumnus. Rishikesh Kulatkar.
Actually, Shekhawat has been awarded as the best chairman award this year in the national convention.
Yes, this announcement was done just a few days back. That is again just added. Shilpa Deshpande Nagapurkar, she is the principal at MIT School of Architecture and she is the alumna of JNAC. Tejaswini Afle, who is really working very hard in and religiously working towards the conservation architecture. She is also the alumna of JNAC. Suryendu Das Gupta, he has been my student and right now he has completed his masters from IIT Roorkee and now pursuing his research career over there. So that's kind of atmosphere which we have over there. Over to you, Patil sir. You can.
Yeah. Thank you, Shwetab. Thank you, Saranga. Now, dear participants, from this year, there is little change there. Earlier, we were the college which was affiliated to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. Now, this year, MGM has got the state private university status. Now, from this year, JNAC is the constituent college of the MGM University. And being this is the status, we can directly make our admissions. We are not going to conduct our admissions to the DT round. Earlier, it was the thing that our admissions is conducted through the DT rounds. From this year, it is not the case. Please note down this. And this year, we have to take the direct admissions. For that thing, we have a MGM University website. MGM University website name is mgmu.ac.in. And on that website, you can visit our website, you can visit our college, campus, and everything is there. And there is one apply tab is there. Into the apply tab, you apply for that thing. You will get the login, username, and password. This is you fill up all the information. and then after that thing you have to pay 1,000 rupees as an admission processing fee, and then you will be registered as a district. Okay. After the NATA exam, we are going to conduct the merit list and this list. But we want to mention one more thing on the basis of JEE paper 2. The exam are already conducted now. 12th exam are also conducted, and those who are interested, they can register themselves. And if you have chosen JNEC as a final destiny, for those interested guys, we have a good opportunity. You can directly take a provisional admission. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so you visit our website mjmu.ac.in and you apply for that application. And then after that thing, we people who contact you, you come in our contact, and then after then the next thing.
I'm here to spread love all over the world. I'm here to spread love all over the world. All over the world.